Did you know that the first hamburger was likely made by a chef who had never even seen a cow? Welcome to Unboxd Origins. I'm Howie, your resident science geek and accidental trivia sponge.
And I'm Wyatt. I ask the big questions. Sometimes philosophical, often skeptical, always curious.
Today, we're digging into how did the hamburger become an American icon? The story of the hamburger begins in the 19th century with roots tracing back to the German city of Hamburg. German immigrants brought with them a dish known as frikadelle, which was essentially a spiced meat patty. But it wasn't until these culinary travelers reached the shores of America that the hamburger really began to take shape. In the late 1800s, at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, the hamburger sandwich was introduced to the public, and people went wild. It was easy to eat, portable, and oh so satisfying. Fast forward to the 1920s, and we see the birth of the fast food era. White Castle opened its doors in 1921, pioneering the idea of the affordable burger. This was a revolutionary shift. Suddenly, the hamburger wasn't just a meal. It became a symbol of American convenience, a quick bite to eat while on the go. By the time McDonald's came onto the scene in the 1940s, the hamburger was firmly cemented as a staple of American culture.
But wait a second, Howie. While it's easy to see the hamburger as purely American, aren't we forgetting about its European roots? I mean, if it all started in Hamburg, doesn't that make this dish a bit of a culinary identity crisis?
Great point, Wyatt. It's true that the hamburger's origins are a melting pot in their own right, but that's part of what makes it so interesting. The hamburger didn't just borrow from German traditions. It evolved and adapted to fit American tastes. And as it spread across the nation, each region added its unique flavors. From the chili cheeseburger in Texas to the green chili burger in New Mexico, it became a canvas for creativity. Now let's jump to the 1980s and 90s, when the hamburger really became the superstar of fast food. Think about it. Advertising campaigns, celebrity endorsements, and even the rise of burger chains like In-N-Out and Five Guys. They not only offered burgers, but also built a culture around them. Suddenly, hamburgers were not just food. They became an experience.
And here's where it gets really fascinating. The hamburger's rise to prominence wasn't just about taste. It also symbolized the rapid post-war economic boom in America. The ability to buy a meal on the go mirrored society's shift towards a fast-paced lifestyle. Isn't it interesting how food can be intertwined with social change?
Absolutely. The hamburger is a reflection of America itself, diverse, innovative, and ever-evolving. So, from a humble meat patty to a global phenomenon, the hamburger truly represents not just a meal, but a slice of American culture and history. In summary, the hamburger became an American icon because it was adaptable, convenient, and delicious. It reflects the melting pot of cultures that make up the United States, all while serving as a tasty symbol of change.
Indeed, it's a fascinating journey, and it reminds us that the food we often take for granted can have a rich history worth exploring.
If you enjoyed this episode and want to learn more about the hidden stories behind everyday things, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So the next time you bite into a burger, remember, it's not just a meal, it's a delicious piece of history.